Hello everybody, Hypermariosunshine here, and today we're here with the long-awaited top 5 games of 2020. Now, this necessarily does mean that I've played these games or came out in 2020, but I do want to include some honorable mentions for games that I actually played in 2020 that came out years prior, or it's the first time I ever played them, that kind of stuff. But yeah, there's some games that really helped me out. This before I get into the nitty gritty of everything, I do want to point out that this is based on its impact and how well it helped me during the pandemic and how I view it, how others handle it during the pandemic as well. So not only is it going to be how I enjoyed it, but how others enjoyed it as well, how I feel about them as well. But yeah, I do want to point out a disclaimer before I begin, is that I haven't played Persona 5 Royale or Doom Eternal. Even though I have both of the games and I have purchased them for the PS4, I am unable to play them due to the fact that my PS4 is constantly hogged by my sister. I would love to play if I had a PS5, but unfortunately that can't be found either, because PS5s are being sold out within a mere second and would put up. So yeah, that's the main thing. So I would like to have these games on the list. Maybe one day I could point out in another video that, hey, I played this game and I think it's definitely on my top 5 games of 2020. But as for now, they aren't, so don't expect those games. I did play games that are from 2020 and 2021, but I can't really give a full opinion on them. For example, Genshin Impact I recently played, and a few others, but I can't really give my full opinion because I just got into them. And but yeah, I do want to point out, once again, I do want to point out a few games that I played in 2020 that were game series I've started playing in 2020, of games that came out years and years ago, or a few years ago, whatever. But there's quite a few games, and I think let's find a few here. Before I start, there are a few games that I haven't played yet, like Mario Rabbids, or what's it called? Or I believe I have one here. Oh, or this Kill la Kill game. I have not played them yet at all, despite the fact I've been owning them for a year or so. But yeah, I want to begin with the Castlevania collection. I got it this year, very early this year. I was playing this during my winter and early spring semesters in college, and I was having a lot of fun. I beat Castlevania 1 and I beat Super Castlevania 4. Basically got me into the series, and I really hope to beat 2. I heard 2 sucks, but 3 is really good. I do hope that if they make a second collection with the GBA, DS, and obviously the PlayStation games, I'm really excited. Hopefully they do that, because I do really want to play Symphony of the Night. Another game I do want to give a shout out to as well is Pokken DX. I played it this year. I bought it for when it was on sale, 50% off, I believe, or something like that, and again, really enjoyable. I think this is one of my favorite fighting games. I played it on the Wii U, but the DX version I haven't played yet at all. But I think the new characters and some different inclusions as well really helped elevate the game for me a little bit more. Next up, I played Doom for the first time, the original Doom. I remember seeing my father play it quite a bit because he was playing through Dooms 1 through 3. And I gotta say, I really like it, especially the at Hell's Gate, I believe, or at Doomsgate theme. That theme's just super iconic, and I just love it. Cave Story, again, another early 2020 game that I played. Early game that I played in 2020. I remember a friend kept recommending me to get this, and I absolutely love it. It's one of my favorite Metroidvania games. Possibly. I still need to finish it. I actually stopped playing through quotes just to play through Curly's, because Curly seems like an interesting character. And I believe that is it. But yeah. Oh yeah, I still haven't played a few other of these games, like Mario Kart Live. And yeah, that's about it. I haven't played a couple of these games. I haven't played through some of them fully either. Fire Emblem, Shadow Dragon, and the Blade of Light. I think that's pretty alright so far. And there's also some of these games that I purchased, but I haven't played yet at all, like Tales of Vesper or Bloodstained. But yeah, I also do want to mention that, again, there's some games I played in 2021, so I can't really give an opinion on them, even though I kind of been playing them for a while, like Ring Fit Adventure. I will discuss this and a review for it, and how I've been loving the game because it's amazing, and also Captain Toad again 2021. But yeah, I do want to begin with a few honorable mentions before I start, and there are two of them. First up, oh yeah, by the way, I also got Final Fantasy IX. That's also really good. And Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection. I finally got to play Third Strike for the first time. Absolutely amazing. I love that game. I love the look of it as well. So yeah, I do want to begin with the honorable mentions. First up, Clubhouse Games 51 Worldwide Classics. I think this game was really, really good. I wish I just had some friends to play with. Definitely a game that, like, if you ever want to play like a nice puzzle game, or not puzzle game, like any board games or something like that, or card games with like friends online, since there's no this is the perfect game, honestly. Like, just something small and just to go through all these games together, like, there's just so much you can do. And I think it's really good, especially during the pandemic. I think it still is now. Definitely like this game. I wish I played it more, though. And finally, my last honorable mention is Super Mario 3D All-Stars. I think it was one of the best ways to celebrate 3D All-Stars now. I do have to point out that there is a few flaws, but those were patched out, like, for example, Sunshine 64 and Galaxy's controls. The cameras were reversed, so they finally put them back to the original way. But yeah, this game, I feel like there's definitely some pros and cons to it, but I feel like overall, this is like one of the best ways, especially to play Galaxy. And also, if, like, for example, let's say if my 64 cartridge or my Sunshine disc or Galaxy disc end up failing one day, this is the perfect way to play the game now. Well, legally, of course. But, if you have the game and you play on an emulator, it's perfectly legal because you still have the game and you still purchased and own it. So, yeah, again, this is probably one of the best ways to play. I love playing Sunshine. As you can see, I speedrun the HD version. And Galaxy was absolutely incredible in its HD glory, and the motion controls, you don't even need them anymore, so it makes it much more enjoyable. But yeah, those are my two honorable mentions. Let's begin the countdown with number 5, and that is Paper Mario and the Origami King. Now, you may be pretty surprised here, but this game was really, really good, and I still need to beat it. Like every month, Nintendo has a new game that comes out, and I'm like, why? Let me finish this game that you came out. Like, not every month, but like every time, like, I'll purchase a new game, like, and like some other game would come in, and I'll just go back to that game. So, Paper Mario Origami King, I still need to finish you, but you're freaking amazing. I think this is one of the times that I could say to a game to Paper Mario, like the newer ones, that, oh my god, you're really good. Because the overworld, the music is just absolutely terrific. If you have listened to Shogun Studios' battle theme or Autumn Mountain's battle theme, really, really good, outstanding stuff. And this game legit makes battles feel worthy in a way. Like, you need to actually battle to, like, get stuff. And the battles feel pretty fun, actually, for once. And the story is actually serious. There is no Bowser did this. No. Like, there's an actual villain, and it makes it feel like almost like a traditional Paper Mario. I'm not saying it's 100% back to its roots, but I feel like it's slowly getting there, and it's definitely taking the right steps. Easily better than the last two. I think it could look low-key, legit be better than 64 in some ways. I don't like the backtracking in 64. I think 64 also takes a considerable amount of time, especially with its empty world areas. But, because, like, it is pretty big for an overworld, but its YTTYD is still absolutely perfect because it has the right size and pacing. But this, hopefully, like, the more I go through it, the more I just absolutely love it. And it's also a perfect collectathon, too, if you're into collectathons. Absolutely amazing. So, yeah, definitely on my top 5. I think if I played any of the other games I've mentioned before that came out in 2020, like Doom Eternal, or Persona 5 Royale, that would probably put this out of the top 5. But anyways, I think it definitely still deserves it for the games I played this year. And definitely a game I enjoyed during the pandemic. A game that also shocked a lot of people as well. So moving on to number 4, we have Pikmin 3 Deluxe. So, a funny little story. So when I first played this game on the Wii U, I got stuck. I did not know what to do. I was losing so much fruit because I was like, where the heck do I find Louis? I don't know where to go. I was just stuck, and I just wasn't enjoying myself. Now that I'm back here in the deluxe version, they revamped and made it much better in every way. They added some new mechanics from 3, from the original to deluxe. The deluxe version has a charge mechanic and an aiming mechanic as well that is really good. And they also added difficulty levels as well. I'm not sure if this was in the original 3, but definitely really good. Really liked it. It was a really, really well done change of pace, and also really helped out in some clutch moments because I really needed to aim, which is something I kind of get stuck doing in Pikmin 1 and 2 now. The atmosphere feels fantastic. Looking at all these like bright colors, it feels like you're legitimately watching like these small creatures outside. Like you have like a little telescope and you're just watching them. It just feels absolutely amazing. I love the colors and everything. It just makes me feel so good. The music as well, very relaxing. I feel like the boss fights are really fun as well. Gameplay is also really fun. It helps, really helps with like strategizing. It really makes you think sometimes, like, okay, I get to do this, I'll do that. Like separating the Pikmin this way and that way. Like there's just so much you could plan out with this game, and it's just so amazing. I really liked it over as a whole. So I guess that's my miniature Pikmin 3 review that I never got to do. I guess I would rate it like a 9 out of 10 or an 8.75 out of 10. But yeah. Next up, number 3 is Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX. So when this game was announced, I freaked out. I remember watching the Pokemon Direct that day. I was like, all right, let's see what's going on. And I see 2000s, like it says 2020, like 2020, goes all the way down 2006. I was like, all right, that's the year where Japan got the Gen 4 games. So I'm guessing they're going to show us like, Diamond and Pearl remix. Makes sense. So I was like, all right, let's see it. I'm pretty excited. And then I see the little GBA DS text come up from Red Rescue and Blue Rescue Team. And I just start freaking out because I loved that game. I loved that game so much when I was younger, and it still gets me to this day. Boy, was this is a really, really well done remake. I think it tells the original really well. I think it even surpasses it. It updates the graphics. It has a nice little storybook coloring to it as well, like the whole area and whatnot. Like in locations, definitely has like a little storybook coloring, like pastels. I love that. Even though the Pokemon are 3D and they look a little out of place, I think that doesn't bother that much because it looks like they're popping out more. Really liked it. In this game, best thing about it over the original is that like you could actually use the helping, like send out a letter to get help, because it has the Wi-Fi, unlike the DS version, which I think only had local wireless. So yeah, like the wireless or wired if you had the Game Boy version, which is like it was pretty difficult, especially if you didn't know anybody with these games. So and this made it much better because like you had people online rescuing you, and again, they stayed really true to the original. I was getting stuck sometimes because I was under-leveled, and like I would just get one shot by like Pokemon. The monster houses too, they're crazy. Also, this game, the music is absolutely amazing. It has that Game Boy DS font in a way, but it's still like it updates in a way to keep it fresh. Like it feels like it's remastered, but at the same time you can still hear those little bits from the older version, and it makes it feel so nostalgic as well. I think this game was really well done and really represented a remake in a good way, a good positive way, because this game was really, really good, and I still need to beat the whole thing because I need to beat the post-game with Gengar and whatnot and all the other post-game stuff. There's a bunch of post-game stuff, I'm not gonna lie. This game is just absolutely fantastic. And finally, we're here at number 2. It's Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. My favorite RPG of the year. Damn, is this game really good. When I saw this game, when it was, I think I have a Nintendo Direct reaction towards it, and I was like, All right, what is it? And then like I once I hear the once I see that dragonfly come in, I was like Xenoblade. I was like my jaw dropped at how visually stunning this game is, and it's way better than the original. I remember getting the 3DS version because I was looking everywhere for the Wii version, and I could not find this at all because I was inspired to play it by a few people, including Chugger Conroy, obviously. But yeah, this game freaking amazing. I absolutely love this game. I could talk about it all day, from the gameplay, the music, the stunning visuals. Like I love RPGs with a huge overworld. Uh, and this game, without a shadow of a doubt, has one of the best overworlds in an RPG. It has some of the best characters in RPGs as well. Shulk, Sharla, Rhyme, Dunben, Ricky, Melia, Fiora. Like, I just love that cast as a whole. Really wish I could beat it one day. I don't know, I always have so much games on my backlog, and like I just keep putting more and more, and I just never get the time to finish them. But this game is just absolutely fantastic. I think it definitely belongs to my number 2 spot. So finally, we're here. We're at number 1, and I think you guys already know what it is because I've made many videos about this game. It's Animal Crossing New Horizons. So I think this game definitely deserves Game of the Year. Now, I don't think, like, if I was going to say what is the Game of the Year, I would likely say, like, Doom Eternal or Hades. Oh, that's another game I need to play, by the way. I would say, like, Doom Eternal, Hades, Persona 5 Royale, Final Fantasy 7 Remake, maybe Animal Crossing as well, but I think those games definitely deserve it more on, like, if you're going to ask me, like, gameplay-wise and whatnot, like, which one has more. Animal Crossing New Horizons that was launched didn't have the best sort of thing. It did add a lot more things in its updates, which is really good. But over time, it felt like it got a little stale. But I feel like as a whole, if you look at what it did culturally during the pandemic and how it brought people together, you had people having weddings on it, you had graduations on it, you had a whole bunch of people just playing this game because it helped them stay social during the pandemic, and it was one of the best comfortable ways to live during this harsh time. And I think this game really outdone itself, especially like how many people are. This is likely going to be the best-selling game on the Nintendo Switch by like a few months from now. It's going to surpass Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and it's just crazy what this game did for our lives in the pandemic. I think it really deserves Game of the Year, and even it's my favorite game. It literally is my favorite game of the year. Like holy hell! But I don't think it would compare to like my previous 2 Game of the Years, like Smash and Fire Emblem Three Houses. But I think culturally that impacted it so much more. Like this game is just relaxation, these fun times with friends without like coming together. Like this is the perfect way to like do it properly, and I feel like Nintendo handled it really well here with Animal Crossing New Horizons. And I'm really glad that this game was here to comfort us all for 2020, and I still hope it's here for 2021 and onward. I hope we get some more good updates. Really hope that it gets expanded upon more, like a welcome amiibo update of sorts. I would be really hyped for that. I think I still play this game almost daily. So, that I love this game still. So, Animal Crossing New Horizons is my pick for Game of the Year, my number 1 of 2020. So, yeah, I'm glad you guys were here to stick through the whole video. Thank you guys so much for watching. And, yeah, that was my list. I guess I should do a quick recap. Honorable mentions were Super Mario 3D All-Stars, and Clubhouse 51 Games, and 5 was Paper Mario: The Origami King, 4 was Pikmin 3 Deluxe, 3 was Pokemon Mystery Dungeon DX, 2 was Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, and number 1 is Animal Crossing New Horizons. So yeah, I do, once again, I am going to mention if I ever play some of the games that came out in 2020, and like I'll probably mention it somewhere that, hey, I love this game. I think it definitely was in my top 5 if I had played it in 2020. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching again. Do let me know what your favorite game of 2020 was. I'm very sorry that this video came out pretty late. But yeah, I did finally want to make this video now that I have the time to. And yeah, again, freaking amazing games we had this year, despite the little that we've gotten due to the pandemic. But yeah, we will see you guys then. So love my videos, hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe to my channel. Really appreciate it. And we will see you guys then. Peace.